This video covers section 2-1, and in the first two, 1 and 3, they ask us to use the associative property to write two different expressions that you could use to find each. So add 1, 3, and 5, so you could do 1 plus 3 plus 5, or 1 plus 3 plus 5. And what that does is have you add them in a different order. So you would have 4 plus 5, which would be 9. And here you would have 1 plus 8, which would also be 9. And then in number 3, on a road trip, your family spent 120 on gas, 15 on bottled water, 80 on food. Find the family's total cost. And I would do this with the 120 plus the 80 first, and then add 15, because 120 plus 80 is 200, plus 15 would be 215, and this is the associative property of addition. In 4 through 11, or 4 through 9, sorry, you were asked to tell the property. This is the commutative, and it's the commutative property of addition. This is the identity property, again, of addition. The identity properties are ones where you end up with the same answer that you started with. So for addition, if you add 0, you get the same number. Number 6, 6 times 15 times 2, and then 6 times 15 times 2. This is the associative property. They have grouped them differently, and that's of multiplication. This is also the associative property of multiplication. Again, it has to do with how they're grouping them, what you're forced to multiply first. This is the identity property of multiplication. Multiplying by 1 gives me the same number that I started with. This is the commutative property of multiplication. So include, because associative and commutative, you have addition and multiplication, same thing with identity. So you need to identify whether it's addition or multiplication. And then when we hit number 11 through 21, we're supposed to do these using mental math. So basically rearrange it. I'm going to rearrange this to 3 plus 7 plus 62 using that commutative where I rearrange things and the associative. So I've got 10 plus 62 or 72. And when you do these, make sure you show your steps. Don't just do the 72. Show, that you rearrange things. Here, I'm going to put the 35 and 15 together. That's going to give me 50 plus a negative 8. The signs are different, so we subtract and keep the sign of the larger. So 50 minus 8 would be 42. On this one, I'm going to put the 15 with the negative 25. And I'm just going to write it like that. There's that negative. And I'm going to do those two first, because 15 and 25, that would be negative 10. The signs are different, subtract and keep the sign of the larger. Signs are different, subtract and keep the sign of the larger. So I have negative 10 and positive 13, so I end up with a positive 3. On this one, I want to put the 4.55 with the 5.45, because those two will add up to 10. And I'll show you that here. 0, carry the 1, 0, carry the 1. So we get 10 plus 27, and we get 37. Here, I'm going to put the negative 0.25 with the 3.25. That would give me 3, because I would subtract 3 1/4 minus a quarter. If you have $3.25 and you lose a quarter, what do you have left? You have $3. Plus 4.88 would just be 7.88. On this one, I'm going to put the 8.39 with the 1.61, which 0.39, 0.61, again, you're going to end up with 10. 10, carry the 1, 10, carry the 1, 10. So we end up with 10 plus a negative 2, which would just be 8, because it's just 10 minus 2. And then on 23, 24, 25, and 26, it's asking you to do these in such a way that it will make it easier for you to do them mentally. So we're going to use the commutative property, which allows us to rearrange the order in which we do things. So 6 times 5 is 30, times 3 would be 90. Here, I'm going to do 5 times negative 2, then times the 7. So negative 10 times 7 is negative 70. This one I'm going to keep the way it is because 25 times 4 is 100. Times 8 would be 800. Here, again, I'm going to keep it the way it is. 32 times negative 10. Multiplying by 10, we just add a 0, and so negative times a positive is a negative. And that is your homework check for section 2.1.